Good day, I'm Lisa Rowe and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, November 8, 2023. A state of public emergency SOE has been declared in St. James with effect today, November 8. The security measure is in response to the fatal shooting of 2 children in the Salt Spring community on Monday and other incidents of criminal activities. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson made the announcement earlier today at the weekly post-cabinet press briefing. The commissioner says since the start of the year, 180 illegal firearms have been seized in St. James. This accounts for 30% of the 608 firearms recovered across the island. In addition, 916 firearm-related charges have been brought against 841 persons within the first year of the passing of the new Firearms Act. Commissioner Anderson says as at November 6, St. James recorded 167 murders and 100 shootings, the highest in any police division, even though these are reduced figures.
We will not allow these criminal terrorists to profit from the fear they create in communities. And as long as Jamaicans need us to keep them safe in their communities, we will continue to respond. There's an urgency to what we do as a society. It is on this basis that there is no place for reticence in using every tool at our collective disposal to staunch the bloodletting.
Acting Chief of Defense Staff at the Jamaica Defense Force, Brigadier Markland Lloyd, adds that from January 1 to November 6, St. James police divisions have accumulatively recorded the most murders and shootings across the country. These are primarily gang-related, and over 11,000 deployments have been conducted within the parish.
This marks our continued efforts towards maintaining peace and stability within the parish. With the additional infusion of authority from the SOEs, the joint force may better concentrate enhanced initiatives to specific criminal activities that have emerged within this space.
Weighing in on the declaration, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says the country has experienced a few brutal murders over the past few weeks and must respond.
This kind of criminal activity threatens the stability of our communities, incites fear and put at risk the social and economic gains we have made over the last 6 years. They are murdering our children and our senior citizens. They are heartless, brutish criminals who are terrorizing our citizens. The government and the leadership of Prime Minister Honis will continue to make strong and decisive action to contain, apprehend, and bring criminals to justice.
Members of the public are being urged to follow instructions of the ground commanders. They're also being asked to share information by calling the JDF tip line at 876-837-8888, the JCF tip line at 811, Police Emergency 119, or Crime Stop at 311. This is the 4th declared SOE for St. James, with the security measure previously implemented in December 2022 and May and June 2023. Prime Minister Andrew Holness did not mince words earlier today when he responded to questions that a new state of emergency in St. James was a knee-jerk reaction to recent violence. The Prime Minister says the government must respond to what he describes as existential threats faced by the country.
The government must respond. And the fact that these things keep recurring is more so a testament to the nature of the beast that we tackle. It is also very clearly demonstrating that when we act and we are not supported in action by the extension of the emergency powers to finally bring to heel the beast, then the problem continues.
Mr. Holness says the country must rid itself of the illusion that criminals are going to find salvation in their hearts and mercy for their victims.
They are a threat to our national security. They are a threat to your safety. And we need to be persistent and consistent in the measures that we put in place. We need to rid ourselves of the ambivalence in the message that we have been sending.
Still on crime, Prime Minister Holness has tasked his team of lawmakers to move with urgency to bring amendments to legislation before Parliament that will provide harsher penalties for murder and possession of illegal firearms. These include amendments to the Offences Against the Persons Act, which will see convicted persons being given a maximum of 45 years to life. Further adjustments are to the Firearms Act to increase the penalty and remove any ambiguity. The Prime Minister has charged the Ministers of Justice and National Security to have these approved by the end of December. Mr. Holness was addressing Parliament on Tuesday on the heels of the fatal shooting of 2 children and 1 adult in Salt Springs, St. James on Monday.
We have it within our purview in this House to create the deterrence, to use the laws to create the deterrence. Perpetrators must have no sympathy. They must face the full, unequivocal, unblunted force of the law.
Mr. Holness is urging residents of Salt Spring and adjoining communities who have information on the shooters to share it with the police. He has also tasked the police to ensure that swift justice is applied and the entire area is brought under control. The Prime Minister expresses condolences to the parents, family members, and the school community.
I rise here to condemn the act, to say that it is un-Jamaican, to say that we are never going to be numb to this, that we will never consider it, oh, just another day. We will speak up against it in the strongest way. We will mobilize our resources to tackle it and to bring those who are responsible, those who commit it and those who give succor to those who commit it, to bring them to justice.
The Minister of Education and Youth is also condemning the brutal killing of the 2 children who were students of Chetwood Primary in St. James and another from St. Jude's Primary in St. Andrew. They were all killed in shooting-related incidents. Minister Favour Williams says grief counsellors have been dispatched to both schools and will remain there for as long as the students require the service.
In the face of such senseless violence, we must come together as a society and offer our unwavering support to those who have been directly affected. We mourn with them, and we stand by their side as they navigate through this dark chapter in their lives.
And finally, Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, says the central bank is looking at measures to ease invisible barriers and make it easier for deposit portability to become a reality. Deposit portability will allow customers to easily move their accounts from one bank to another, keeping all standing instructions, including direct debits of credit cards without the complicated account opening procedures or Know Your Customer KYC hassles. Dr. Clark says one measure includes having an electronic KYC database to which banks have access. According to Dr. Clark, the entire paradigm of fintech, digital payments, and finance systems are areas the BOJ is now focused on as the government aims to stimulate innovation and competition in the financial sector.
I would say that Jamaica is ripe for financial sector innovation. It is absolutely ripe for financial technology innovation. It is absolutely ripe for digital finance.
The finance minister says he has asked the World Bank for assistance in bringing Jamaica examples of digital finance success elsewhere in the Latin America and the Caribbean, so entrepreneurs can see for themselves what is possible. He's appealing to entrepreneurs to grasp the opportunities that are available.
We have a Jamaica where financial inclusion is low, and we have banking competition that's also low. Those are conditions that are ripe for innovation. And all that we require are daring, courageous entrepreneurs with vision. And indeed, they don't have to come from Jamaica. So anybody visiting here today in the financial technology space, in the digital finance space, I want to say to you that Jamaica is open for business and we want to see you operating here.
Minister Clark was speaking recently at the opening ceremony for the Bank of Jamaica's 54th Monetary Studies Conference. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Lisa Rowe. Thanks for watching.